Welcome back to Over Thursdays Gaming. All right, we have the PU monthly report. Look at this screenshot. Wow. A lot to intake on this screenshot. It seems like we got some stuff going on down at the bottom. It looks like this is going to be a new mission area because, I mean, we got stairs on the left-hand side. We got drone bays on the left and right. So we'll have to see if this is going to be one of the new missions that they have coming out. All right. So the monthly report was a little convoluted. I mean, look at all this information, right? All right. So let's go ahead. The no BS. All right. So AI content and narrative design. New missions. Introduce the Tactical Strike Group, which features the new characters and multi-stage missions. Teams worked hard to ensure communication notifications work perfectly during these missions for the Outpost in 4.8. Motion capture recorded new performance captures for upcoming content dropped and general background character dialogue. And then bug fixes resolved communication and social area bugs specifically for the upcoming Alpha 4.8 release. AI features and technology. Performance upgrade optimized behind the scenes math, spline and implementation, and navigation memory to make the game and cinematics run much smoother. Yay! Now this is the nice one. Flight AI in combat. Improved air-to-ground combat so enemy ships can better target players, turrets, and ground vehicles. Made ship-to-ship combat more intense with better dodging, chasing, fleeing, and faster jousting maneuvers. Well, sometimes the NPCs were already really good in some places. Especially, you know, the John Wicks out there. NPC navigation improved how non-player characters, NPCs, interact with manual doors, elevators, transit systems, and airlocks. That's going to be interesting if NPCs start actually taking elevators. That might actually suck. Creatures and combat reorganized melee combat data so that developers can easily reuse it. They also updated creature behavior, specifically focusing on how the worm-like Valakar burrows, emerges, and takes damage. Bug fixes. Fixed a glitch where NPC ships would get stuck near asteroids and ignore players' attacks. I have seen that on multiple occasions. We saw that in the last Polaris fight, which I was actually kind of glad they got stuck because I don't think I could have taken on 12 ships and the Polaris all at once. All right, so that's all the new AI content. Quick, down dirty, no BS. All right, let's move down. All right, ships currently worked on the Drake Caterpillar and progressed with the, what is it called, the command module to detach and attach, which progressed with the Drake Ironclad and the Ironclad Assault. They both passed their LODOs in review for the command mod implementation, just like the Caterpillar. Misk Starlight right here, as you guys can see, looking nice. Misk Refueler, a smaller one, as you can see, 2 barrels of quantum fuel. So we'll have to see how that comes out. We got the Drake Pitbull. Here we go. We have the Drake Pitbull right here for release on 5/14/2956. Ooh. And then we have the Origin M80. Here we go. Supposedly it has 2 bespoke cannons as well. Don't know where those are going to outprocess. Maybe it'll be like the Wolf and they come out like the Wolf. I think that would be very interesting and very cool. So we'll have to see how that works. And then we have an unannounced ship that will pass LODO. And then we have the Galactic Raylan. I don't think that will come out until Alien Week. We'll have to see. And then a second unannounced ship. And then a third unannounced ship. And then a fourth unannounced ship. Oh, vehicle. Vehicle. Not ship. Vehicle. Vehicle. Sweet. And then the Drake Kraken have passed white box last month, moved into gray box, with special attention being paid, ensuring the asset is optimized as possible. They want to make sure, because of how big this ship is, that everything works right the first time. So yeah, and then they also worked on the integration of the bridge station and manned turrets. All right, art with weapons, the Castak arms, plasma grenade, and then of course the Ultiflex Novia crossbow will be coming out in 4.8. And they also begin on new larger caliber weapons set scheduled later for this year, with material polish passes continue on numerous existing weapons. All right. So they had their little greet up at the Level Up Expo in Las Vegas. I heard that was really cool. And then let's get down to core gameplay. Alpha 4.8 prep focused heavily on bug fixes, especially prioritizing critical issues with the recent inventory rework. They also finalized ship hangars service TOs for upcoming release. What that means is the players, I think the Carrack, the Idris, and the TAC all have refuel rearm capabilities inside of the ships now, inside their actual hangars, which will be really nice. Refueling, streamlined refueling mechanics, and assisted with new refueling missions. They also building an NPC beacon feature so stranded players can call for emergency fuel. Crafting and customization, added new modifiers, stats for the vehicle components crafting system. The team is also preparing for internal demo for starware and new clothing and armor customization. Also, what they have done is they've also greatly increased the crafting time for the different size of weapons. So a size 1 weapon takes a lot less crafting time than a size 6 weapon. All right, let's get down to mission design. Contract system updates, implementing a cap on how many contracts a player can have active at once to prevent exploits. This is the first step of a larger planned overhaul. Mission polishing, balanced and refined both ship-based and on-foot FPS versions of defend location missions, adding completing objectives for higher difficulties. Finalizing new content, continue progressing the new refueling missions, and polish tactical strike groups to ensure they are fully functional and fun to play in 4.8. We are very excited for you guys to play this, says the mission team. All right, let's get down to the narrative. 4.8 content wrapped up all story and text elements for the patch, including writing for tactical strike groups, refueling mission, and introduce several new factions. Let's get that rep. Motion capture and scripts, wrote new scripts for a performance capture session that will feature a familiar face. Ooh. World building tools. Continue developing the Starchitect tool to ensure that the procedurally generated characters and outposts automatically align with the established lore of their planets. Nice. Looking ahead, begin planning story initiatives for later in the year to get a head start on motion capture and content creation. All right, there we go. They also did a lot of online technology as well. went into a lot of mostly fixing bugs and stuff like that, and ongoing support for the mission system for 1.0, and also they got into working with components of the new social, where they're working on all the different chats and stuff like that. I hope that when they bring out the new social, I already feel like it's going to be a problem in step mechanics. So I hope they bring it out in waves like they normally do, with stuff like, hey, let's start with orgs first. Get the orgs working. Hey, let's add community-based objectives where we can start talking to the community. Because literally, this is supposed to be a team game. So I think that we need to have the org stuff in first before we start going elsewhere, because most of these people are in orgs. Get that org chat and everything working, and presence and all that other kind of stuff, and then let's move to full server stuff. We'll have to see how that works. R&D, they were able to compile all the shaders. I mean, we all saw that last week was just shader after shader after shader after shader. So obviously they've been doing some stuff with that to be able to make it to where the game can play a little bit better and clean up better. I did notice that after that last week, at least the game yesterday was actually loading in a whole lot quicker, which was nice. Tech and animation, we all know that they were going through and they were resetting a lot of the characters, and also that they also are bringing out advanced content towards characters, creatures, and armor and underlying pipelines, with also getting new hairstyles. I'm not really worried about the hairstyles too much per se, because I know it's something that needs to be done, but 9 times out of 10 we're wearing helmets. But however, suit swapping is supposed to be a thing in 4.8, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then of course VFX fire. Work through 4.8, such as vehicles including the Drake Ironclad, tactical strike troops, and the Cossack Arms plasma grenade, and the Ultraflex Nova crossbow. We also had some additional fire-related requests, which are always fun to do. The VFX team. All right, so that is quick, down, and dirty of the monthly report. Nova crossbow. So we'll get to the roadmap shortly. However, any person who did the Kickstarter for what is that game called? Shrouds of the Avatar, between 2012 and 2014, they will get a special variant of the weapon. All they have to do is do a customer service ticket here, which is right here, support robertspaceindustries.com, and you come here and you do game support. All right, so there you guys go. You want to make sure that you take a picture and everything and show that you bought it during that amount of time, so you can get that special variant. Not this guy. I wasn't into Star Citizen then, wish I was, but wasn't smart. So now let's get into what is coming out in 4.8, which I think might actually be tomorrow. New hairstyles. Don't really care. Flight suit Tailwind. Look at that new flight suit. I'm hoping that this is actually going to be like the current flight suits in the game, because the flight suits that came out during IAE, I heard don't perform as high like the ones that are pictured in the Perseus videos. They don't perform as high as the actual racing suits that are currently available. So hopefully this new flight suit Tailwind will. That would be really cool if it did. All right, Core Tech, the transport system. They're rewriting the whole transport system to where now the transport system actually follows a dedicated path and line, which is supposed to improve reliability. So instead of flying through objects like it has in the past, like let's say at Microtech, where when you take the elevator, it flies just in a straight path. You like go invisible and fly straight from the elevator terminal over to the hangar. Well, instead of that now, that elevator will either fly directly straight down, connect the connecting line over to that hangar, and then fly up into the hangar. So that way it has a dedicated path of travel, which should increase reliability. Excuse me. Item recovery. This is what I'm really looking forward to, where you're going to be able to pay insurance to get the items back onto your vehicles. Adding the ability for players to save and claim vehicle loadouts via the ASOP terminals. Claim vehicles and their components will now be bricked after some time, including a major refactor of entitlement services and extensions of the item imprint system, and ensure players' own vehicles persist reliably. All right, gameplay. Committed tactical strike groups. Whoop, whoop. Can't wait for that. I think this is going to be really fun. Now, I don't want to go really into this, but as we know, encouraged to bring a diverse lineup, equip the right loadups, and be ready to refuel and resupply both ships and FPS players on site to succeed. That's when that new stuff for the Idris, the Polaris, and the Carrack are really going to come in handy, and the TAC. Refueling improvements. I mean, they're bringing out a new refueling ship. So, of course, we actually need refueling to work if they want to make these cells. So, let's hope that works. Enabling mutual docking requests and adding automatic docking at close range. I wonder if this is going to work like on the Idris and stuff like that as well. I don't think it's going to, but it'd be cool. Alongside more meaningful itemization for fuel capacity and transfer speeds. Flight suits G-force resistance. Now, I heard that the flight suit G-force resistance is a lot higher than the regular, which is to be perspective. However, I think that we need to have more combat variant flight suits than what we currently have in the game. I hope that they will come out with that, but right now it's mostly of the racing suits that are the best ones to use. Tentative ship hangar service TOs. I think it says tentative because they were thinking about it, but I honestly think that it's in the PTU right now, so I think it's going to come out to the PU 4.8, which I think will drop this Thursday, tomorrow. So we'll have to see. Where implementing service and gameplay updates that draw from resources stored in your ship's cargo grid to fulfill refueling, repair, and restocking requests, which they already somewhat do when you're going to the not the ASOP terminals, but the terminals in the refinery, where they can see how much hydrogen is in your ship and you can technically sell it, but you don't. So we'll have to see how that works. I think that will be a really good asset to the game, really push the game so much closer to 1.0. Vehicle command module, gotta work. I mean, their number one sellers for Drake, Ironclad. So, I mean, shit's gotta work. All right. Locations. QV extraction stations. Can't wait for this to work. Located in the Nyx system, the QV extraction stations provide key infrastructure for the new Tactical Strike Group content. Yes. All right. Tentative refueling missions. I don't know why that says tentative. You're bringing out a brand new refueling ship. I hope the refueling works if you plan on selling a refueling ship. So we'll have to see how that goes. Space comments, defend location. I don't know if defend location will be in there, but we'll have to see. I think if it does show up, it will be really awesome. And then, of course, we have ships and vehicles, new Wicklow ship offerings, added the L-22 Wolf with unique base library and upgraded components as a reward for completing the new edition of the variety of available Wicklow Emporium contracts. Aegis Hammerhead, Gold Standard. That will be out in 4.8. Updated the Aegis Hammerhead to Gold Standard and implementing improvements and upgraded interior art. Now, as you guys remember, in one of the weekly reports, they said the Gold Standard is just what is in the name, because they said most of the ships that actually get a Gold Standard will probably still need at 1.0 release another standard update. but they're saying that possibly not, because I think 1.0 is 2027, maybe early 2028, but that's me. All right, committed Ultraflex Nova crossbow. Can't wait to get that. That's going to be awesome. Castrek Arms plasma grenade. Woo, woo. And then, of course, FPS Weapons Art Refractor. Updating the visual material and textures for the following weapons and equipment: Dread Shotgun, Castrek Arms, Custodian, Ravager, Scalpel, Coda Pistol. Why? The Coda Pistol look good. And the Devastator. So, good to know. We'll get to see that coming in, right? All right. New to that shop, we have the Ares Talon Strike Armor, Ares Talon Armor, and the Triple C Ares Armor. Boop. All right, so as we can see in the armor, this armor has like a kind of like a ultra heated aluminum look with the teal and purple. I kind of like it, you know, or like the armor, the modified armor that falls in the CZs. I can't think of what its name is right off the top of my back, but I like that coloring. I think that looks good. And then, of course, the purple underlaying looks really cool as well. So I think that one looks really cool. I don't know if I'd get it for $12.50, because we can't upgrade bot gear yet. When we can start upgrading bot gear, I think I might get a little bit more into it, but we can't currently, and so you have to craft your gear if you want better gear. All right, we have the Ares Talon Armor. So as you can see, this one's a little bit different. It's more of a purple green kind of look to it, more tealish. Doesn't look bad. And with the green underlay, does not look bad. Doesn't look bad. I'll leave it at that. And then we have the Triple C. Triple C, not a fan. Well, actually, I didn't see that picture. That actually looks pretty cool, black and red. I think that needs to be a little bit more black, and I'd probably in a little bit more red. More of like the Drake red and whatnot. It doesn't look bad. However, I think it would look a whole lot better if the white had been black and it was a blacked out and red outfit. I think that would have been, like, if this was all black, that would have been mint. But, you know, that's me. I'm not... See? Kind of like this right here, how that's blacked out. Okay, CIG, disappointed. We know you have a blacked out version. All right. So, and as you guys go, we go to main gear. Don't forget, High Sec bundle is still up for sale. Get it while it's hot. It will be leaving soon. Keystone gear packs. I guarantee you probably tomorrow or at the patch, this will probably disappear. So if you want it, get it now, because it won't be there at 4.0. I could almost guarantee you it will not be there at 4.8. Might be, but I doubt it. And then we have the subscriber gear that came out. We got the R6 Pro Jaeger aviation glasses. Whoop, whoop. And they look okay. Oh, snaps. And then we have the P8AR Dominion camo rifle. I like the look of this rifle. It looks really cool. And it's in the P8, which I think is fantastic. Yeah, I'm actually... I'll be honest. I'm a little disappointed in the subscriber flare this month. And the reason why I say that is when I look at this, I expected a black leather jacket, the eyes, and the rifle. And maybe the black paint for the Drake bike. But all we're getting is, well, and see, and the leather jackets here too. So I expected to get the leather. I don't know why. I expected to get the leather jacket and the aviation glasses. Really disappointed that's not the way it came out. But hey, it is what it is, right? All right, now we're in the ship pipeline tracker. So as we see, 1, 2, 3, 4 mystery vehicles, which I said earlier. We got the Misk Starlight, Origin M80, the Drake Pitbull, Drake Ironclad Assault and Command Module, Aegis Tiburon, which we all think is the Aegis Hammerhead just laser variant, the Aegis Hammerhead Gold style in 4.8. And I also think that there's going to be 1 or 2 more mystery vehicles released in 4.8. I would hope they would hold something off for actual release day, unlike releasing like the Starlight, the Pitbull, and then of course the M80, where we could see them here. I would hope they would hold something off until actual DefenseCon, but that's just me. I kind of like the coolios. Don't forget to check out Star Citizen on X. This is where most of the information has been coming from lately. They haven't actually been posting it on the website. They've been posting it on X. So if you're not on X, I would get on X and try to do it. It looks like we might actually get that shirt maybe for sale. That'd be kind of cool. Actually, I think I got that picture right here. I think that'd be kind of cool, but we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, if you're not on X, get on X so that we can do it. And then of course, Drake DefenseCon 2956. Don't forget, May 14th through 15th, Drake. 16 through 17, we will probably be looking. I think the Kruger Stingray will be coming out. I think that's going to be one of the silent ships. Yeah, so, well, and then of course, the number 1 Misk, May 18th through 19th, Aegis 20 through 21, Crusader and Umbril 22 to 23, and then Anvil 24 to 25. And don't forget, May 26th through 27th, last chance to drive all vehicles. So we're going from May 14th to May 27th. Don't forget, free fly event during this time. Plan accordingly, my citizens. Plan accordingly. And if you aren't currently a Star Citizen, please use the information in the description below and use my referral friend code. Get that extra UX start out. It will pay off in the end. And during this free fly event, you'll probably get a little bit extra flair for using my referral friend code. Usually during these events, they usually do like free armor and stuff like that. So be on the lookout. So there we go. I hope everyone joined this no BS upfront information, quick, down, and dirty of the monthly report and what is currently going on. We have 7 days, 14 hours, and 55 minutes until DefenseCon comes out. So, bigger, badder, berserker. May 14th through May 27th. Mark your calendars now. Thanks for coming and watching Over 30s Gaming tonight. Or today, excuse me. Until next time, gamers, don't forget, keep on gaming to always have fun. And if you fly in the verse, fly dangerously. Thank you for watching Over 30s Gaming.